Do you feel like there's a very clear divide in the group?
Yes, and it very clear divide. Again, I hope that we can figure some of this out.
Definitely.
I don't know where we go from here.
You know, obviously Jen was absent from BravoCon and noticeably absent. And afterwards, Andy said that after she pled guilty, it was the end of the engagement with her. I mean, do you think that she should be allowed back on the show? Do you want to see her back on the show?
You know what? Honestly, it would be really nice to be able to sit down with her and have her explain and have us to be like, she's accountable to us. Like, we spent all this time with her lying to us. And I want to hear from her. Like, it's going to be unfortunate if we don't get that chance to like sit down and talk through not only her pleading guilty, but like all of the things that we went through this last year together. Like, if we don't get that chance, then that's unfortunate.
Has that been really hard for you to watch back, watching her, you know, plead her innocence to everybody, knowing what you know now?
Yes, it is. Like, it is hard, but that's just like what she's brilliant at, you know? And there was a point where she had me like thinking like, maybe this is a mess. Like, maybe this is a mess, like messed up situation where someone flipped on her. Maybe she didn't know. You know,
obviously a lot of people, like you said, a lot of fans are not liking that you and Heather are at odds this season. And this upcoming episode, or tonight's episode, you two really go at it. I mean, at the time, did you ever feel like you were stuck in that loyalty between Heather and Lisa?
I absolutely feel like it's a hard thing to balance, right? Whether you want to say no, you are. It's hard to navigate relationships and friendships when people are at odds with each other. But when I went over to Heather's house, I didn't go over there like that conversation was supposed to be about her and I, not about. But clearly, you know, we see when Lisa's brought up, the dynamic changes quite a bit.
Right.
It is hard, but I feel like in our group, the dynamics change so much that we're constantly navigating being friends with people that someone else is at odds with. I just wish that the loyalty through that was offered to me as well. Because if you remember, Jen came at me really hard season 1. And Jen and I have had our moments, but Heather still backed Jen. Like, I just wish I had that same level of understanding and respect.
Do you wish that you confided more in Heather about what you were going through at the time? Or do you feel like you did enough so and she should have been a better friend?
I absolutely did tell her a lot. And I feel like I told her enough that she should have known to not show up the way she did. And that's where I think, from my perspective, that's why I was so upset and hurt. It was never about the rumors or the fight itself. It's that the repercussion of her saying that I made the trip about me and my healing journey was just for me to get attention or whatever she said. That's what hurt, because she knows my family. She knows what I've been going through. Maybe not every detail, but she knew.
Right. You know, where do you and Heather stand since BravoCon? I know, you know, when that panel happened and she said that you were reaching the most while filming. I mean, what was your reaction to that? And where do you guys stand today?
Yeah, you know, that was a hard moment because I feel like she's the one that reaches the most. But to sit there and have her say that did some damage. However, we are not in a good place. Currently, but I'm hopeful that in the future things can change.
Yeah.
Like, we have to be both willing to like own where we've gone wrong, right?
Do you feel like your
ability and like really understanding each other. I feel like she doesn't hear me, and when I say that, I mean she doesn't even really get why she hurt me or why I would be hurt. And you can see that we still have a lot of episodes coming, and you'll see there's a lot to come, and I'm not the only one that feels this way.
I mean, where do you feel like things really went wrong in your friendship? Because I spoke to her at BravoCon, and she said that, you know, the rift between you guys kind of came out of thin air, and that kind of piggybacks on what you just said, that she doesn't really understand why this friendship has dissolved.
I think that's an easy answer for her to give, because, you know, she's not one that wants to be the reason or like the cause, right? It's kind of like those people, I don't know if you have friends in your life that kind of do the most damage behind the scenes and then they walk away with their hands clean. That's how I feel about it. But it was leading up to Arizona. It comes down to Lisa Barlow, I think. If you notice, when she arrived in Arizona and saw that I was there with Lisa first, I just saw it in her face. Like, I knew. I was like, oh shit, she's not gonna like this.
No, obviously you've known Heather for so long. I mean, your family. I mean, is this the Heather? Do you recognize this Heather anymore? Is this the Heather that you've known for all these years?
Me personally, no, I don't recognize this. However, I've had many people tell me that this side existed, but I luckily, like, we were so close and this journey together really like bonded us. So I had never experienced this, but I had heard about it.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.